Higgins for three. You betcha.
The pass to Miller outside three. Good.
Big block by Olsen.
Fryer in the paint. Now to Holzer. Left corner three. Bang! Bang! Oh!
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live to Thief River Falls, Minnesota. We are in Ralph Engelstad Arena for the final Section 8A boys basketball quarterfinal game of the day between the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Dawson Peterson on hand, and welcome inside the pregame show being presented to you by Solely Realty, Hoban's Plumbing and Heating, and JT Station of Fertile. For the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, they're the number 2 seed on the eastern half of Section 8A, coming in with a record of 24-4 overall under head coach Neil Steffes of the Falcons. They split their regular season series with the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, beating the Thunderbirds on the 13th of January 65-60, and then they matched up in the Pine to Prairie Conference Championship game at Lake Park Audubon on February 19th, where the Thunderbirds came out on top by 11 points, 81-70. For the Thunderbirds under head coach John Clark Jr., a strong season. They bring a record in at 19-8 overall. As we said, they beat Fertile-Beltrami in the Pine to Prairie Conference Championship game by 11 points, 81-70 in that game. But the Thunderbirds with 8 losses on the year, half of those coming in their final 4 games of the season, and all of those opponents they played were non-section opponents. They lost to the Nevis Tigers 73-69. They were at Pelican Rapids, an 8-2A school, losing 83-57. Lost at Thief River Falls, another AA school in Section 8 by 65-62. And then they capped off their season on March 4th at the Breckenridge Cowboys, where they lost 72-65. But they get a familiar foe here tonight in the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. As we said, they split with them during the regular season. The winner of tonight's game moves into the Eastern Subsection Championship game to take on the top-seeded Cass Lake Bena Panthers. They beat the Foston Greyhounds in our previous game 64-37. You're inside the pregame show here this evening as we get into the 5 o'clock hour. It is time now for our pregame coaches interviews tonight, and those are being brought to you by the Border Bank in Clearbrook and the Midwest Bank of Waubun. And we'll start with the head coach of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Coach Neil Steffes, in our Border Bank in Clearbrook and Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. Fertile-Beltrami Falcons head coach Neil Steffes with us on the pregame show here today. And Neil, congratulations, another year like we were talking about back here at Ralph Engelstad Arena for the quarterfinal round. You get a familiar foe with Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, but you guys beat the Winnemac Patriots previously, and a few of the big things you stressed after that game was valuing possessions was probably the biggest one. What else was it?
Yeah, that was the biggest one. I think just working hard all the time, getting the kids, there were a few times where we didn't hustle back and do some things, and we kind of maybe let the referees bother us a little too much. And, we talked to kids and stressed that we're here to play basketball and not worry about all these things that we can't control. And, I think the big thing, too, is that we got to value the basketball more. I thought we had too many turnovers against Winnemac, and, maybe not too many, but too many unforced turnovers and led to easy buckets for them. And if you do that against Mahnomen, you're going to get a lot of easy buckets.
Well, and when you mentioned to the boys about not worrying about things you guys can't control, like fouls, refs, depending on how they call the game, how do they take that? Because it can be sort of a hard thing to do. Of course, you might still get a little upset every now and then about an official call, but how have the boys handled that sort of encouragement?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they listen, and, hopefully they listen, and tonight we won't see much of that. But, like you said, you're going to maybe show a little emotion when something maybe you don't think it goes right. But, overall, they're pretty good. They accept, criticism, and they accept what we tell them. And so it's been good in that way.
Well, a very coachable group, you could probably say, for this Fertile-Beltrami team. But something we've noticed throughout the year, you guys play very unselfish basketball, making an extra pass, trading, good shots for great shots, and that'll probably be big tonight.
Yeah, it really is. These guys work really well together, and like you said, we make a lot of extra passes when guys have open shots for better shots, and it's fun to watch. And when we're clicking offensively, we can score a lot of points in a short period of time. And hopefully we're clicking tonight. But sometimes in this arena, shooting can be difficult. So hopefully our guys are locked in and they see the basket well.
Any words to the guys about getting warmed up as soon as you get on the floor? They call it a warm up for a reason. Break a sweat, get some shots up. Anything else you tell them?
No, just go out there and we try to make sure take shots that you're going to be shooting in a game. And like I said, especially here, warm up's important because we're not used to nothing in the background when we're shooting, and that can become difficult. So just get as many shots up as you can, and like you said, break a sweat and do things you're going to be doing in a game.
And you guys are playing the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, like we said. Things you're keying in on against them?
Well, we've got to stop Clark. He's probably the catalyst to their team, and I think defensively we've got to rebound better than we did in the conference championship game. We gave up way too many offensive boards, and I think if we play our game and we value the basketball, I think we've got a great chance of winning.
All right, sounds good. Good luck today.
All right, thanks a lot.
And that was the head coach of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Coach Neil Steffes, joining us in our border bank in Clearbrook and our Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. We're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll sit down with the head coach of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, that is Coach John Clark Jr., as we are about 10 minutes away from the opening tap between the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons in our final Section 8A boys basketball tournament game of the day. You're listening to our Solely Realty, Hoban's Plumbing and Heating, and JT Station pregame show here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, and on yourliveevent.com.
Apartments with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground applications, crop protection products, and more. AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax at their location in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or visit them online at agrimaxllc.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company. Welcome to a caring community of older adults living safely in company with others. Welcome to Benedictine Living Community Ada, with the commitment to senior living you've come to expect from Benedictine. As a member of the Benedictine organization, Benedictine Living Community Ada can offer personalized care to your loved ones while relying on the support and expertise of a larger network of professionals. We are proud of our community and we are proud to serve you. We are Benedictine. Learn more at benedictineliving.org/together.
Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds head coach John Clark Jr. with us on the pregame show here tonight. And John, are inside Ralph Engelstad Arena here in Thief River Falls. Exciting times. I was going to say, how are the boys doing? But you're a little maybe shorthanded tonight. We're waiting on a few things.
Yeah, we'll see. Rolando's got a bad ankle, and it's improved a lot, but it was a pretty bad sprain. So we'll tape him up tight, and hopefully adrenaline will take over, and he'll get to play at least a little bit. So if not, next man up.
Well, and how was he in that game versus Adaborg West? I know you said it happened prior to that, but how did he perform there?
Well, he didn't perform. Yeah, he was unable to play. So it was a credit to our kids for playing a really good game without him. Obviously, he's such a talented player. He's missed, but you got to play with what you have.
All right, and so tonight the opponent, the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, a familiar foe. We were just talking with head coach Neil Steppes, but what's going to be sort of the things you want to key in on them? They're a good shooting group and up and down team.
Right, you have to make sure you get out on their shooters and limit the easy baskets. I mean, that's going to be key number one. And number two, you got to get easy baskets for yourself. So we got to create some easy baskets for ourselves. And I think a big thing about tonight is just controlling your emotions and not wasting too much nervous energy, because the kids are going to be jacked up. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere, so you still have to play with your emotions in check.
So when you say you guys got to get out on their shooters, times, like we said, Fertile is very fast and they get around defenders. What's the next step from there for your defense?
Then it's just help defense and help the helper. I mean, it's the things we've been doing since day one in practice, that defensive shell drill. So it's just a lot of hustle and heart when you're playing defense.
Well, everybody loves doing the shell drill, right?
Well, the coaches even get tired of it. I'm sure the kids do.
Well, and some words of encouragement for the boys to sort of keep the nerves down if possible. Is there anything you can say?
Just, our kids have played a lot of basketball. We got a very senior-dominated team, very experienced, and it's just enjoy the ride.
All right, sounds good. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And that was the head coach of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, John Clark Jr., joining us in our Border Bank in Clearbrook and Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. It's time now to jump into our keys to the game. They're being presented by the Foston Chiropractic Clinic. And when we talk about keys for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Coach Neil Steppes mentioned that they had too many turnovers in that game with the Winnemac Patriots in the second round of the Section 8A boys basketball tournament. 12 turnovers in that game by my count. We were there broadcasting that one. He talks about valuing the possession more, hanging on to the basketball, making good passes, don't force anything into a crowd. So that's going to be the big key for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons tonight, because as soon as you start to not value the basketball, I guess you could say, is the Thunderbirds are going to take advantage, and so every possession so important here in the quarterfinal round of the Section 8A boys basketball tournament. On the other side for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, try and calm their nerves down a little bit. Coach John Clark Jr. saying that's one of the keys. Get used to the environment. Both teams out there warming up on the floor. This could probably go for both teams. Get used to the environment, break a sweat during your warm-up, and get ready to go come game time. And then the other key, more on the strategy side of things for Mahnomen Waubun, get to the toes of their shooters when you close out on the three-point arc. Derek Sorensen certainly had a big game against the Winnemac Patriots. He had 15 points in that game, all of those coming by way of the three-point bombs. Everett Ballstead, again, a big game versus the Winnemac Patriots. He had multiple three-point baskets. He had 27 points in the game. So we'll see how Mahnomen Waubun does that defensively. Get to the toes, get a high hand up on their shooters. Some of their taller players, you don't got to go out all the way when you close out. Use your length, stay in front when they try to get around you, as those are keys to the games brought to you by, or keys to the game that are being brought to you by the Foston Chiropractic Clinic. We're 2 minutes away from our Palubickies Express and our Norman County Implements starting lineups. We'll take one more break here on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, and on yourliveevent.com.
Bitker Inc. reminds area farmers, please order your ag tubes and tires for spring. Ag tires and ag tube supply is tight, and it's getting tighter. If you're not sure on how many tires or ag tubes you need, call Troy, the tire guy, and give him a heads up for sizes. He'll work with you to have these available for spring. Don't wait any longer. Call Troy at Bitker Inc. 218-456-7467. And during National Ag Month, Bitker Inc. thanks the area farms and farm families for working to grow the food for all of us, and thanks for your business from Bitker Inc.
Pregame Super Value of Mahnomen is your hometown grocery store, proudly serving Mahnomen and the surrounding communities. Featuring weekly specials, a well-stocked meat department, fresh baked items from the bakery, and a great selection of fresh produce. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can check them out online at BrueggemannSuperValue.com. Pregame Super Value. They are proud to be your hometown grocery store, proudly serving Mahnomen and the surrounding communities. It's Pregame Super Value.
Hey folks, I'm Jimmy Don Holmes from Waco, Texas. This is my oldest son, Jake. I met the Christian family recently in Waco, and they just seem like really good people, and that's the kind of people you want to buy a car or truck from. Sometimes when you're buying a vehicle, you feel a little bit of anxiety. You won't feel that here. This place it's got a good feel, and the folks are good, and I like that. In our shop, I'm big on quality and customer service. You're going to get the quality when you buy a Chevrolet vehicle, and you're going to get the customer service when you deal with the Christian family here at Christian Motors.
Welcome back to Ralph Engelstedt Arena here in Thief River Falls. Dawson Peterson on hand, providing our play-by-play coverage on your live event, KRJM Radio, KKCQ, and on Garden Valley Channel 37. Our man behind the camera as our executive producer on yourliveevent.com, Mr. Leif Bakken. Big thanks to him for coming up and helping us out with this, and also for providing the Starbursts a couple of games ago. Greatly appreciate that. It is time now for your starting lineups between the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Your starting lineups being brought to you by Palubicki's Express and Norman County Implement. Schedule your service work for combines, tractors, beat equipment. Call Norman County Implement to schedule. Call 218-784-2961 for sale at Norman County Implement. 40-foot Versatile Fury. You'll save $25,000 with last year pricing. 40-foot Versatile Fury. It's ready for spring work with 22-inch notched blades, rolling baskets. It's the only Versatile Fury available. Of course, call Chuck or Neil and get the best pricing on this Versatile Fury. Thanks for your business from Norman County Implement, Highway 9 north in Ada. Starting with the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, here is their starting five, as we'll see who that fifth man will be. Rolando Ellis dealing with an ankle injury, but right now it's senior number 1, Loden Clark, junior number 11, Dennis Ashley, junior number 20, Tyson MacArthur, senior number 21, Tanner Pazdernick. As Pazdernick comes out, and that fifth and final senior will be the senior, number 23, Rolando Ellis. Head coach for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds is John Clark Jr. And now here's your starting five for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons here this evening. Starting five goes as follows for the Falcons. Senior number 2, Rylan Petrie. Senior number 4, Everett Ballstead. Sophomore number 23, Caden Swenby. Sophomore number 25, Derek Sorensen. And the big man in the middle, senior number 50, that's Tyson Stuhog. Head coach for Fertile-Beltrami is Neil Steffes. So the winner of this game will get the top-seeded Cass Lake Bena Panthers in the subsection championship game next Tuesday, right back here at Ralph Engelstedt Arena, a game that will be played at 7:45 in the evening. Fertile-Beltrami in their home navy blue uniforms with the red numerals, the white lettering trimmed in red. For Mahnomen Waubun, they're in their would-be away white uniforms with the lettering and numerals, numerals in teal, the lettering Thunderbirds across the chest, as we are set to go in our final game of the day in the Section 8A boys basketball quarterfinal round. Fertile-Beltrami, Mahnomen Waubun, ball is up, and we are underway as the opening possession will belong to the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, with Tanner Pazdernick, the senior, controlling the orange over to Loden Clark right around the logo inside Ralph Engelstedt Arena. Fertile-Beltrami 24-4, Mahnomen Waubun 19-8. Game number 4 of the day. Pazdernick, a pass to the inside, up and blocked. It was Ballstead, long outlet to the sophomore. Caden Swenby leaves it off to Rylan Petrie, and he pulls it back out offensively for Fertile-Beltrami. Ballstead left wing, back to Petrie. Ballstead at the top of the key. Looks to the right side, little mishandle of it. Way out, now he swings it back across with a strong hand, his left to Petrie, and Petrie right back to Ballstead, having a hard time handling it, saved it from going out of bounds, and then off to Sorensen, and he has his shot blocked in the corner. A rebound to the Thunderbirds, and a foul on the rebound is going to go on Fertile-Beltrami. The foul on the Falcons will go on number 23, Caden Swenby, his first, and the team's first. And basketball to Mahnomen Waubun. Pazdernick from left to right as we broadcast from our Bid It On Auctions radio booth Loden Clark, skip pass across. Ashley for three, rattles off the right side of the rim. Stuhag down with a rebound. Tyson Stuhag was big in that last game against the Winnemac Patriots. 4 points, but 11 rebounds. Has his first. Ballstead lines up a three off the front of the rim, and the rebound now down to Rolando Ellis with the bum ankle, skying high for that one. Long outlet to Ashley. Spin move, put him in a blender. The floater is up and off the left side of the rim, no good. Had a nice move, but he couldn't finish, and it gets saved out of bounds. Last touched by Ashley of Mahnomen Waubun. No score, a minute and a half into the contest. Fertile-Beltrami basketball, as Ryland Petrie will walk it back across the timeline. Ballstead, far right side, defense flying all over for Mahnomen Waubun. Ballstead inside, Swenby finds Stuhag on the baseline, but through his hands and out of bounds. Fertile-Beltrami trying to bounce it around and get the defense moving for Mahnomen Waubun, but they turn it over that time, our first turnover of the game, and still no score as we are 2 minutes into the contest. No score on the Linfors Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. Thunderbird basketball, Clark right wing, Pazernick to the top, around the free throw line, MacArthur, head fake, inside, nice move. Tyson MacArthur, that's our first points of the game. Mahnomen Waubun leads 2-0. Ballstead to Swenby at the top of the key, the sophomore to Ballstead, baseline, Sorensen, double team comes, gets it out and lobs it back out to Everett Ballstead, zips it on a skip pass, Stuhag inside to Sorensen, over the head of the official on the baseline. He had to duck down as the ball got thrown out of bounds, so he didn't see who touched it last. As far as Thunderbird fans are concerned, it was Fertile-Beltrami throwing it away. Falcons fans probably say the Thunderbirds tipped it, and now they say the Thunderbirds did tip it. So baseline out of bounds for Fertile-Beltrami. Caden Swenby will inbound on the right lane line for the Falcons. Box set is the formation on the baseline out of bounds. Swenby has to get it in, finds Stuhag. Has to get it back out to Everett Ballstead. Left-handed bounce pass tipped. Swenby picks it up, left elbow into the corner. Sorensen has 5 threes versus Winnemac. That one no good. MacArthur down with the rebound. He has our first points of the game. It's still 2-0. Thunderbirds lead 15.5. Half number one, Dennis Ashley, far left corner, and now a Thunderbird turnover. So a little sloppy with the basketball from both squads. The Falcons with a turnover, the Thunderbirds with one. Both turnovers are unforced as Mahnomen Waubun now in a little three-quarter court, more like half-court pressure. Skip into the near side corner to Ballstead. Nearly lost it from behind. Stuhag picks it up out to Petrie. Head fake from 16 to Sorensen in the right corner. Back out to Ryland Petrie. A soft pass. Nearly taken away from Pazernick. It zips around the arc. Ballstead tees up a three. Off the heel of the rim. It nearly fell. Stuhag the offensive rebound and an extra possession for Fertile-Beltrami. Swenby a head fake. Back out to Petrie at the top of the key. And here are the Falcons down 2-0. 14:45, half number one. Out to Petrie. Wide open from deep. No good. Rebound down to Pazernick and company for Mahnomen Waubun. Pazernick right wing to the senior Loden Clark, skips it across. Dennis Ashley left corner three on the way, off the front and rattles over the top of the rim. Caden Swenby brings it down. Baseball pass off to Sorensen. He'll try and finish. He does. Sorensen behind the defense. Swenby uses his vision, gets it to him, and it's 2-2 as we're about to hit the 14-minute mark. Baseline drive for Loden Clark. Dennis Ashley, bounce pass at the left block. MacArthur turns, faces over the top. That's a tough pass, or rather shot over Stuhag. He missed it. Another long outlet to Sorensen. A body hits the floor. That's Ashley. He rolls around on the baseline. He's fine, it appears, as he hops up, and it's another Fertile-Beltrami turnover, their second of the game. Into the game for the first time tonight for Mahnomen Waubun will be the senior number 3, Sam Zima, as Dennis Ashley comes out with his right hand covering or underneath his nose. Looks like he probably has a bloody nose down there, and one of the assistant coaches for Mahnomen Waubun. Looks like he wiped up some blood on the floor. Now Ashley will go back to the garbage can to try and collect himself behind the bench. 14 minutes on the clock here in half number one. We're tied up at 2 between Fertile-Beltrami and Mahnomen Waubun. These two teams played twice in the regular season. They split with each other. Mahnomen Waubun lost the first matchup in January by 5, 65-60, and then in the Pine to Prairie Conference title game that was played at Lake Park Audubon High School, the Thunderbirds got the better of the Falcons, winning by 11, 81-70. So not only will the winner technically win the season series, you could say, between these two teams, but obviously more importantly, we'll move in to the semifinal round of the Section 8A boys basketball tournament. Fertile-Beltrami has been in the Final Four of the section tournament for the last 4 years, trying to make it a fifth. And now we're going to have some more blood on the floor. We'll take a quick break for a timeout with some blood on the floor. Back after this in about 30 seconds.
Community Co-op Energy Solutions. Our team will help you with pre-buys and contracting. Our services also extend with on-farm service calls, tanks, pumps, bulk oil, DEF and tank monitoring, fuel, propane, and natural gas. Call us at 1-888-935-2281 so we can help you with energy solutions from Community Co-op.
Welcome back as we take a short timeout for some blood on the floor from the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. Dennis Ashley, who's being worked on the bench. He's okay. He just has some blood. Sam Zimma checked into the game for Mahnomen Waubun. And big hand to our medical staff here on site at Ralph Engelstad Arena here in Thief River Falls. Very tactfully in the lane, wiping up every speck he can. 14 minutes to go in the first half. We're tied up at 2. Thunderbird basketball. A couple of turnovers apiece from either team. Pazdernik left corner, short corner. Pulling up from about 14, Rolando Ellis couldn't get it. Rylan Petrie, the long rebound, running it down. Pass near side, Everett Ballstead skips back across. Caden Swenby, short corner on the right side. Sorensen, double team comes, has to get it out to Swenby at the top of the key. One dribble, pull up from the foul line, rattles it in. Caden Swenby gives the Falcons the 2-point advantage at 4-2. Now Mahnomen Waubun's turn. Loden Clark left side to Sam Zimmer near the top of the key. Skips it back to the aforementioned Clark. In rhythm, no problem, but he couldn't get it to go. All the confidence in the world from Loden Clark to launch that one from deep, but Stuhag corrals his 4th rebound of the evening. Swenby over to Rylan Petrie, back out to Ballstead. Extra pass, left corner. Sorensen, a 3-pointer, up off the heel of the rim, into the far corner, run down by Caden Swenby. Another offensive rebound for Fertile-Beltrami. Coach Neil Steffes in our Border Bank in Clearbrook and Midwest Bank of Waubun pregame coaches interviews. Here's an offensive foul for Rylan Petrie on the inside. That'll be his first and the team's second. And the 3rd turnover on Fertile-Beltrami. But Coach Steffes saying in our pregame conversation that his group needs to rebound the basketball a little bit better than the last time these two teams squared off. That would have been in the Pine to Prairie Conference Championship game. And so far, Fertile-Beltrami getting some extra possessions on the offensive end. Here's Loden Clark in the left corner. One dribble pull-up from 16 over the top of Stuhag. Swenby the rebound after it bounces off the backside of the rim. Swenby to Rylan Petrie on the near side. Skip underneath. Sorensen couldn't get it to go. Loden Clark down with the rebound. Into the middle at Swenby. Clark in the lane. That's good. Nice take from Loden Clark in a low-scoring affair approaching the 12-minute mark, half number 1. Tied up at 4 between the Falcons and the Thunderbirds. Winner gets Sacred Heart on Tuesday night at 7:45 right back here at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Another Falcon turnover as they try to touch it around. Off to Sam Zimma, right block, off the window and good. Sam Zimma makes it 6-4. Thunderbirds by 2. 11:50 half number 1. Stuhag into the middle. He had his share of who he wanted to throw it to. He turned it over as the pass was tipped. Off to Zimma on the baseline, now in the right corner. Top of the key. Pass underneath to Rolando Ellis and out of bounds. Turnover number 2 for Mahnomen Waubun as Austin Bierk comes off the bench for Coach Steffes. And Bo Hoban off the bench for Coach John Clark Jr. for Mahnomen Waubun. Now the Thunderbirds will come out in a 1-2-2 full court press. Swenby underneath the hoop. Ballstead, fake a pass, make a pass. That one's tipped and turned over. Pazdernik, the three-pointer is good. They convert off the turnover. 9-4, Thunderbirds by 5. Ballstead on the near sideline, back to the middle, pulls up from 15 off the front of the rim. Bodies all over. Sorensen came flying in for the offensive rebound, but they're going to get him for a foul instead. The foul on Derek Sorensen, his first and the team's third. 11-18, half number 1, Thunderbirds by 5. It's 9-4. Lynn Forest Insurance Agency and the Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. Thunderbirds back from left to right. Loden Clark near the top of the key. Sam Zimmer by the right wing now. Back to Clark, skips it back to Pazdernik. Had a three-pointer previously. That one no good. Ellis tries to tip it out, but it comes into the hands of Swenby, his fourth rebound. Back across the timeline. The sophomore swings it over to Ryland Petrie, who works it into the left corner to Ballstead. Off to Björk. Down the lane line. His layup is no good. Comes back into play. The ball is still loose. It's picked up by the Thunderbirds' Bo Hoban. Loden Clark on the far side, brings it back across the timeline with a little pace. Baseline drive on Sorensen, right-handed layup, probably could have used his left, is no good. Pazdernik the rebound, to the line for 2 and a whistle. The foul on Fertile-Beltrami will be their fourth, and it's going to go against Everett Ballstead. His first, and a couple of free throws for Tanner Pazdernik at the Mustang Seeds free throw line. First free throw is good. Pazdernik now with 4. Mustang Seed is planting your future. Contact your local Mustang Seed sales rep. That's Blair Hoseth in Mahnomen at Hoseth Sales and Service. 701-261-3574 to contact Blair. As all our free throws tonight being brought to you by Mustang Seeds. Pazdernik, second free throw, no good. Rebound down to Everett Ballstead and Fertile-Beltrami. So let's see if the Falcons can get something going as the Thunderbirds are making life tough for Fertile-Beltrami here in the early going. Petrie out near the top, free throw line. Björk faces up, out to Ballstead. That's good ball movement. Extra pass to Swenby. He's a good shooter, but that one's off the heel of the rim. Inside, rebound comes down to Dennis Ashley. Into the middle, 2-on-1, favored to Fertile-Beltrami. Wild layup, no good. Offensive rebound and a putback. Sam Zimmer was trailing the play. 4 points for Sam Zimmer, and it's a 12-point Mahnomen Waubun lead, rather 8-point. It's 12-4. Björk on the left side baseline. Double team comes out to Petrie. Top of the key to Everett Ballstead. The lefty zips it back to Ryland Petrie. Along the baseline to Derek Sorensen. Baseline drive around Hoban, and an offensive foul now on Sorensen as Dennis Ashley, Rolando Ellis takes the charge. The foul on Derek Sorensen is going to be his second, and already the team's fifth, and it's been a slow first half for Fertile-Beltrami. 12-4. Thunderbirds lead. Loden Clark back into the game. Also now into the game for the Falcons will be Caden Olson, and for the Thunderbirds, Nigani Burnett. Another senior comes up off the bench. Caden Olson, another threat from behind the arc. 9:40 to go, half number 1. Thunderbirds 12, Falcons 4. Dennis Ashley left corner, back to Loden Clark. Here's a dribble pull-up near the bottom of his jump, and he got it to go. 4 points for Loden Clark. Thunderbirds by 10, 14-4. Winner to the East Subsection Championship versus Cass Lake Bena next Tuesday. Ballstead at the top, he'll try a 3. He made it, but they're gonna call him for a travel. He tried to step into a three-pointer and knock it down and get some momentum, but he gets called for the walk. It's turnover number 7 on Fertile-Beltrami here in the first half. And basketball back to Mahnomen Waubun. Loden Clark near the top, gives it to Sam Zimmer, right wing now at the top. Skip pass along the baseline to Ashley, back to Clark at the left wing. Skips it back. Three-pointer, Zimmer off the front. Austin Björk down with it, and he controls it. Clearing the glass is Björk giving it off. Now it's Swenby over the top to Ballstead. They get it across the timeline. 8:45, half number 1. Swenby hand off with Ryland Petrie. Underneath, Olsen behind the defense. He nearly turned it over as he stepped on the baseline. Now he did. Turnover number 8 for Fertile-Beltrami. Back into the game for Mahnomen Waubun, junior Tyson MacArthur. Some uncharacteristic play from the Falcons early in the first half, rather past the midway point of the first half. Thunderbirds by 10, 14-4. Dennis Ashley left corner, skip pass across to Sam Zima. Inside, a near whistle call. That's going to be a turnover instead on Mahnomen Waubun. Ballstead might have got away with a foul, and now Swenby gets stripped, and a steal by Loden Clark, turnover number 9. Thunderbirds the other way, aforementioned Clark, nice pass inside. Falling to the baseline, left it to Tyson MacArthur. Now with 4 points, and it's 16-4, Mahnomen Waubun in front. And Coach Neil Steffes out on the floor for a Fosston A&W timeout. Thunderbirds by 12, 8:09 to go. Back in 30 seconds.
Bank with the area's lending leader, Community Development Bank in Ogama. Open at 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. They offer more to serve you, their valued customers. See Robin for all of your financial needs. Boat loans, car loans, four-wheelers, business, home improvement, and vacation home loans. They do it all. Call 218-983-3241 or log on to comdevbank.com. Community Development Bank in Ogama. Member FDIC.
Well, coming out of a Fosston A&W timeout, it's Mahnomen Waubun by 12, 16-4 on the Linfors Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. As we said, uncharacteristic first half of Fertile-Beltrami. They're a team that likes to get up and down, and Mahnomen Waubun, their style of defense is slowing them down out in a 1-2-2 full court press. As Björk catches a pass all the way from the backcourt off to Swenby, flying down the middle. Swenby can't finish. Rebound in the near side. Run down by number 22, Nagani Burnett. Thunderbird ball trying to balloon their lead even further. 16-4. Dennis Ashley, three-pointer on the way. Off the front. Ballstead runs it down. That would have been a big three-pointer for Mahnomen Waubun. Here's Björk trying to get it to one of his guards. Finds Rylan Petrie. Left wing, Caden Swenby now picks it up. Into the corner, Petrie rips baseline, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Mahnomen Waubun. So that's going to be the team's first foul on Mahnomen Waubun. With 7.5 to go in the first half, it's going to go on Burnett, his first. Back into the game for Mahnomen Waubun will be Rolando Ellis. At this point in the game, Ellis has hurt his ankle near the end of the season, according to Coach John Clark Jr., hoping it's okay to go tonight. He's seemed to be just fine. 7:25 to go. Mahnomen Waubun by 12. Caden Olsen left corner, back to Caden Swenby. Back to Olsen. Skip cross to Everett Ballstead. Swenby at the free throw line. Faces, puts it up, in and out. Rebound still loose. Ashley squeezes the basketball. For Dennis Ashley, his second rebound. 7:05 to go, half number 1. Loden Clark on the left wing. Skip pass to across. Pazdernick sliding into the right corner. Down low to Ashley. Spinning through a double team, but Rylan Petrie ripped it away from him. Turnover number 4 for Mahnomen Waubun. Caden Swenby far side. To Olsen, back to Swenby, way back out there, and now they're going to call an offensive foul on Rylan Petrie away from the basketball as Rolando Ellis hit the deck. And that's the second on Rylan Petrie and the team's 6th, and Tyson Stuhog back up off the bench for Fertile-Beltrami. 6:49 to go, half number 1. Mahnomen Waubun by 12, 16-4. Turnovers and fouls in this first half have plagued Fertile-Beltrami. Ashley to Pazdernick, has one three-pointer in the half. Inside, MacArthur turns and faces, rolls out the left side of the rim. Caden Olsen the rebound. Everett Ballstead on the near side, across the 10-second line, stops a couple feet pass to Swenby, back to Ballstead. Inside, that's a tight pass, it's just not there. Turnover number 10, it was tipped and turned over. It looks open for a moment, but Mahnomen Waubun closing the gaps. It's turnover number 10 for Fertile-Beltrami, and now the Thunderbirds try a tight bounce pass, but Dennis Ashley stole it away, and it gets called for a foul. Coach Neil Steffes out on the floor for Fertile-Beltrami. He is hot for the Falcons. Has to go back to the coaching box. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. Back at Ralph Finkelstedt Arena in 30 seconds.
From all of us at Enbridge, Thank you.
Thank you.
Miigwech, and thank you for working on Line 3 replacement.
Thank you to everyone who supported this project.
Construction is complete on a new and safer pipeline that will deliver the North American energy that we all rely on every day. And it's done thanks to the support and hard work of thousands of people. I'm grateful for every single voice of support and every hour of labor put into this project. Thank you.
Well, welcome back here on Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, 96.7 FM, KKCQ. We're also on Garden Valley Channel 37 and yourliveevent.com. Skip pass underneath the Fertile-Beltrami. Another turnover. It's their 11th. 16-4, Thunderbirds by 12. Loden Clark along the baseline for the Thunderbirds to Rolando Ellis. Tries to get to the paint, skips it back out to Clark. Left corner, 2 dribbles, pull up. This one from 13, left it short. Missed everything. Offensive rebound, though, however, to Will Starkey. Back into the corner, Pazdernik. Clark, Pazdernik lines up a 3. Short, Stuhag underneath, out of bounds. Last touch by Pazdernik and company and Mahnomen Waubun. So some early game reactions, rather an in-game update brought to you by the Linfors Insurance Agency of Mahnomen. There's 5.5 minutes to go in the half, and our update has been a lot of unforced turnovers from Fertile-Beltrami. Here's a foul on the drive as MacArthur swipes down trying to steal the basketball away from Caden Swenby. That's his first, the team's second. A lot of turnovers, 6 team fouls on Fertile-Beltrami as well. Unforced turnovers. They've had some decent looks, you could say, but Mahnomen Waubun the other way, taking advantage of those turnovers. Fertile-Beltrami with 11 here in the first half. That's your in-game update brought to you by the Linfors Insurance Agency of Mahnomen. And right on cue, turnover number 12 as Caden Swenby was trapped and threw it away. Up the near sideline to Sam Zimma. Looks inside, across the lane. They get MacArthur underneath, and now it's turned over. The pass across to Will Starkey wasn't there. Fertile-Beltrami back from right to left. They've only got 4 points in the first half. There's 5 minutes remaining. Swenby trapped in the left corner, and now a timeout from Everett Ballstead out on the floor for the Falcons. The third timeout of the half. A 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them again. 16-4. Rather, there's no more 30-second timeouts for the Falcons. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Thunderbirds by 12.
Farmers, are you shopping for a bank that has many flexible options tailored to fit your farm's unique financing needs? Franzen Bank is an approved Farmer Mac lender, meaning they can offer long-term, fixed-rate loans on equipment, land, operating lines of credit, and more. Being a Farmer Mac approved lender also means Franzen Bank can get you a decision quickly. Learn more at franzenbank.com/farmermac. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Gordon Construction of Mahnomen is a Native American-owned business proudly operating on the White Earth Indian Reservation since 1983. As a bonded general contractor, Gordon Construction provides years of experience in large, detailed, and within-budget projects. Gordon Construction is committed to the safety of its employees and the environment of its work sites. To learn more about Gordon Construction of Mahnomen, visit gcmahnomen.com or call 218-935-2191.
Only 5 minutes remaining in the first half. It's Mahnomen Waubun by 12, 16-4. Falcon basketball there. They move it around. Petrie inside, lost it, but into the hands of Stuhag. Here's Ballstead. Long 2 is good. That's what Fertile-Beltrami needed. A nice jump shot from Everett Ballstead. As they're at 4 points for quite a while, it's 16-6. They were getting some stops on the defensive end, but then turning it over on the offensive end, and now do they get the stop? No, keeping it alive was Will Starkey after the near turnover to Ellis in the left corner. Swenby jumps back into the play. Sorensen went for the steal, and he got it. Turnover number 7 for the Thunderbirds. Slows it down. Stuhag at the top. Ballstead, baseline, Petrie, power dribble across the lane. Swenby up and a foul. So now the offense for Fertile-Beltrami starting to come alive. It's going to go on Loden Clark, his first, the team's third. And Caden Swenby at the Mustang Seeds free throw line for a pair. A couple of subs will come in here after the free throw for Mahnomen Waubun. Swenby, first free throw is up and good. into the game for the Thunderbirds, number 44, Justin Littlewolf, and also Tanner Pazdernick. And now a stoppage in play again as Caden Swenby is scraped up, I believe, or they found some more blood on the floor. Yeah, he's wiping up his knee. Blood timeout like they do in wrestling. According to our executive producer here tonight, Leif Bakken, reminding me of that. So there's 4:16 to go in our first half. Mahnomen Waubun by 9, 16-7. And I think a lot of folks inside Ingolstadt Arena here are shocked at how this first half has gone. Thunderbird fans, maybe not so much, but I think the way Fertile-Beltrami has played in this first half, fans from either side are kind of shocked. But credit Mahnomen Waubun putting Fertile-Beltrami in some difficult positions with 12 first half turnovers as Swenby goes 2 of 2 from the line. He's got 4 points, and it's 16-8 on the Community Co-op's Energy Solutions and Linfors Insurance Agency scoreboard. And now the defense chant coming alive for Fertile-Beltrami, and it helped. Turnover number 8 for Mahnomen Waubun. Here's Ryland Petrie trying to finish on the break. He got Loden Clark in the air, and Ryland Petrie back now to the Mustang Seeds free throw line. The foul on Loden Clark will be his second and the team's fourth. Exactly 4 minutes to go in the first half. Mahnomen Waubun by 8, 16-8. Ryland Petrie can cut it to 6, I beg your pardon. Free throw is good. 16-9 now, 4 minutes remaining. Dennis Ashley comes in for Loden Clark, potentially for the remainder of the first half, so he doesn't pick up a third in the first half of play. Ryland Petrie, that was his first point of the game. His second free throw is also good. So now a little 6-0 mini run for Fertile-Beltrami makes it 16-10. 3:55 to go in the first half. Sam Zimma picked it up from way out, found Tanner Pazdernick. Back to Zimma at the top of the key. Swenby uses his length to make things difficult. Dennis Ashley, left wing, looks inside, skips it back to Pazdernick. Around the right wing, left side, Ashley plays catch with Pazdernick. Inside, Littlewolf, oh, nice pass! MacArthur, a nice finish. Littlewolf at the free throw line, touched it inside to MacArthur. It's 18-10, Mahnomen Waubun by 8, 3.5 to go. Stuhog underneath, goes at Littlewolf, runs into a big body. That's a big collision between those two. It's no good. Littlewolf does his job at a rebound. Dennis Ashley, left corner, back to Littlewolf. Ashley thought about a three, skips it back across Pazdernick, extra pass, Zimma around the arc. Left wing, Dennis Ashley. Zimma about 6 feet behind the three-point line at the top. Pazdernick, right corner, has 1 3-pointer in the game. Dennis Ashley, MacArthur, left corner, Littlewolf, offensive foul. Everett Ballstead came over, took the charge, as Justin Littlewolf will get called for the foul. His first. And it'll be the team 6, so both teams at 6 first half fouls. Falcon basketball trailing by 8, 18-10. Into the middle, Ryland Petrie touches it to Tyson Stuhog. That's how you break the press. Derek Sorensen on the baseline from 12 feet, no good. Stuhog tries to fly in for the offensive rebound. He keeps it alive. Nicely done, Tyson Stuhog. Right corner, Derek Sorensen. Everett Ballstead at the top to Stuhog. Ballstead at the top from deep. No good off the heel. Rebound down to MacArthur and Mahnomen Waubun. Far side, Dennis Ashley has it for the Thunderbirds. Back up top to Tanner Pazdernick, 2:25, half number 1, Thunderbirds by 8. Into the left corner, Dennis Ashley. Defense comes out, tries to skip it across, and it's turned over. The Thunderbirds steal it right back. A couple of turnovers from both teams. Ashley can't finish. Pazdernick the rebound, back up and in. Pazdernick with 6 points. And another timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout from John Clark Jr. and the Thunderbirds, up by 10. Back in 30 here from Ralph Ingolstadt Arena.
Whether it's plumbing or heating, call the professionals with Hoban's Plumbing and Heating, 218-983-3611. Hoban's Plumbing and Heating works with Rheem water heaters, Temstar furnaces, and they also work with geothermal, northern heat pumps, and they have North Star water softeners that you can buy or rent. Whether it's plumbing or heating, contact the professionals with Waubun's Plumbing and Heating to get the job done. Waubun's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving the Lakes area and beyond for over 30 years. Call 218-983-3611.
Welcome back out of the Fosston A&W timeout, a 30-second timeout from John Clark Jr. and the Thunderbirds in front by 10, 20-10. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Swenby across the timeline for Fertile-Beltrami. Back across to Everett Ballstead. Plays catch with Swenby. Gets downhill. Right corner, Derek Sorensen. Sorensen had 5 3-pointers versus Winnemac in round number 2. Out to Ballstead. That's his spot. And he knocks it down from about 14. He's got 4. And the lead now is 8, 20-12. Sam Zima near the top of the key. Fertile-Beltrami out in an extended zone defense. Rolando Ellis, turnaround jumper. The right elbow isn't there. Sorensen another rebound. Falcons will try and push. Near side, Everett Ballstead. Left corner, Swenby faces up. Stuhag, skip. Sorensen for 3. That's good. 5 points for Derek Sorensen, and it's 20-15. 1:15 to go. Swenby making it difficult for Zima. Into the backcourt, back up into the front. Crosses over to the middle. Pass left corner, Ashley. Skips it across. Pazdernik inside MacArthur in the mid-post area on the right side of the floor. Back into the left corner. Ashley will try his luck from deep off the rim. Swenby uses his long arms. Tries to outlet it. He was fouled in the backcourt. There's the whistle. Could barely hear it. And it'll be the team's 7th on Mahnomen Waubun, as that's going to go on the number, I believe, MacArthur. His 2nd. And I know Coach Neil Steffes on the far side, I don't think he was upset that there was a foul called. I think he was more upset that Caden Swenby was going to try and throw a baseball pass nearly the length of the floor, as they've tried a few of those here tonight. Some risky passes, that is. Sort of get bailed out on the foul. And a 1-and-1 coming for Caden Swenby and Fertile-Beltrami. 57 seconds to go in the half. Swenby, these are big free throws. Got the first, so he'll earn a second. Fertile-Beltrami has been at the line 5 times, or shot 5 free throws. They're 5 of 5. Mahnomen Waubun 1 of 2. Swenby a second. Perfect. Caden Swenby with 6. Thunderbird basketball. 50 seconds, half number 1. Loden Clark on the far side. Zone is extended way out there defensively for Fertile-Beltrami. Inside, facing up, Bo Hoban, and they're going to call him for a walk. Bo Hoban caught it about 12 feet out inside the lane, pivoted through, slid forward. Turnover number 10 for Mahnomen Waubun compared to 13 for Fertile-Beltrami. 35 seconds, half number 1. Ballstead plays catch with Swenby about 30 feet out. Now they inch closer to the three-point line. To Stuhag, out to Sorensen. Swenby trying to move the basketball around the zone defensively. Lost it. Waiting for the whistle. There it is, and a jump ball. It'll stay with Fertile-Beltrami. And you can hear Coach John Clark Jr. shout out from the left side of the scorer's table, at least how we see it up on the press box, yelling out, "Get dirty, White. Get on the floor. Win the 50-50 balls." Here in playoff basketball. Here's a pass into the backcourt. Ballstead, he could have took it there. He tried to save it, got it to Petrie. Stuhag touches it back to Petrie, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunderbirds. And Coach Steffes out by half court, probably telling Rylan Petrie to take the shot. He was inside the lane, wanted to put an extra one to Swenby underneath. 16 seconds, half number 1. 20-17, Mahnomen Waubun by 3 points. The winner gets Cass Lake Bena on Tuesday in the semifinal. Sorensen, free throw line, Stuhag. Back to Sorensen, 12 seconds to go. Ballstead, this is for the tie. Off the heel and a whistle underneath. Who's it going to go on? It's going to go on Mahnomen Waubun. The foul on number 4, that's Will Starkey. His first and the team's 8th, and that sends Rylan Petrie to the Mustang Seats free throw line for 1-and-1. Couple of dribbles, a spin of the orange in his left hand. The free throw is left short, so Fertile-Beltrami 6 of 7, 5 seconds in the half. Dennis Ashley in the right corner. I don't know if he's aware. Has to get out to Zima at the horn. Not there. Half number one draws to a close, and sort of an odd first half between two very good teams, of course, but it's Mahnomen Waubun by 3, 20-17 on the Lindfors Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. We're broadcasting this game on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, YourLiveEvent.com, and Garden Valley channel number 37.
Too wet to too dry, we know Mother Nature has the final say on the crop. Count on Irie Insurance to help manage that risk. Irie Insurance has a proven track record with over 30 years of experience as a crop insurance leader. Protect your legacy with the right tools to do the job. Learn more at IrieInsurance.com or by calling your local agent in Devils Lake, Hillsboro, Hope, Mackville, Towner, and West Fargo.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
JT Station in Fertile carries a variety of items that are sure to meet your needs, and you should stop in today. They sell hot stuff foods, frozen foods, selected groceries, household products, and much more. The Hot Stuff Foods and Deli will provide you with a fresh, quick, and easy breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and they also offer some of the best car services in town. They're open 6 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. daily. It's JT Station in Fertile.
Larson Parts and Repair Inc., Highway 59 in Bijou does it all. They provide full shop services for your tractors, combines, trucks, pickups, and cars. Their tire department carries a full line of name brand tires, and they've got state-of-the-art alignment equipment. And don't forget about the parts department. They have parts for just about anything, right down to your lawnmower. Call today, 218-935-2774. Larson Parts and Repair Inc., Highway 59 in Bijou. At the Mahnomen School District, their mission is to provide the opportunity for high achievement for all learners, promoting academics, citizenship, and individual self-esteem, with an emphasis on 21st century skills. For more information on the Mahnomen School District and what's going on at the school, log on to www.mahnomen.k12.mn.us. Good luck to the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds from the Mahnomen School District.
This is your Farmers Union Insurance, Joe and Dave McCullum halftime report inside Ralph Engelstad Arena here in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. Dawson Peterson on hand alongside executive producer Leif Bakken running the controls behind the scenes on YourLiveEvent.com. So a little game recap for you from half number one. Mahnomen Waubun leads by 3, 20-17. Remember, we saw both of these two teams. They played twice during the regular season. They split. They played in the Pine to Prairie Conference Championship game, 81-70. Mahnomen Waubun won that one. Then Fertile-Beltrami won on the 13th of January, 65-60. So, of course, at this point, we're not on track to reach any of those totals, as it has been tough sledding for both teams, actually. Some uncharacteristic turnovers by either group. 13 for Fertile-Beltrami in that half, 10 for Mahnomen Waubun. And Fertile-Beltrami, they like to get up and down. They like to use their speed. Everett Ballstead is a very quick player, of course. Ryland Petrie, Caden Swenby, Derek Sorensen. They stretch the floor nicely. But then Mahnomen Waubun, they come out in this full court pressure or three-quarter court pressure, and they just slow Fertile-Beltrami down. And so it's not to the point where it just sort of gets the Falcons out of their rhythm and out of their game, where they're looking around and trying to figure out where the ball is going to go next. And they want to move the ball around quickly as the Thunderbirds try and get back in their zone defensively in the half court. But try and move the basketball around quickly, and it's just been hard. And they've thrown a lot of turnovers in this first half. Mahnomen Waubun, as we said, I guess you could say they played a little bit better. They haven't got some shots to fall. I think both teams are probably addressing the turnover numbers with John Clark Jr.'s Thunderbirds and Neil Steffes' Fertile-Beltrami Falcons group. But at this point, it is halftime. 20-17, the Thunderbirds lead by 3. That's your score on the Community Co-op's Energy Solutions and the Lindfors Insurance Agency scoreboard. 5 minutes to go in the halftime. Before we get second half action, the winner gets Cass Lake Bena on Tuesday in the Section 8A boys basketball semifinal round, or the East subsection championship game. We will take a break, and when we return, some halftime statistics brought to you by Christian Motors. Back after this in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, so that's not something you're typically going to hear on this station. But you're also not typically going to hear your bank say, that's free, or we're not going to charge you as much as other banks because we don't think it's right. At Midwest Bank, you're not going to hear the typical bank talk because we're not just any bank. MidwestBank.net. Banking your way. Member FDIC.
Visit with Midwest Bank in Waubun, 218-473-2191.
I'm the first kid in my family to have graduated from college. And then at NDSCS, they told me, hey, look, you can get credits for this, you can go further. So I start to see like my horizon broaden up. I'm going to be pretty unstoppable. My name is Julie, and I'm here for my future.
You couldn't pick a better community to be a part of. I've actually been to another college, and this one was a far better experience because of the support of the faculty and the staff here. It's just outstanding. My name is Andrew, and I'm here for my future.
Live, work, and play in Norman County. The Norman County EDA wants to help you explore all that Norman County offers you. Visit the website discovernormancounty.com. Norman County offers new business opportunities, along with homes you can afford and community that cares, plus schools with small class sizes offering great education. In Norman County, you can enjoy outdoor recreation from hunting and fishing to trails and cross-country hiking. Find out what Norman County has for you at discovernormancounty.com. The Norman County EDA welcoming you to live, work, and play in Norman County.
Genuine starts here. There's one easy way to keep your AGCO equipment productive all year with genuine preventative maintenance from AGCO Parts. When you check, change, and replace using AGCO Parts preventative maintenance products, you get the promise of maximum performance and increased uptime. Visit Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, to see our full selection of preventative maintenance parts products, or give us a call at 784-2961 to place an order today.
Back inside our Farmers Union Insurance Joe and Dave McCullum halftime report. Let's give you some first half stats brought to you by Christian Motors in Fertile. Starting with the scoring numbers for Mahnomen Waubun. Tanner Pazdernick leads with 6, as does Tyson MacArthur with 6 points, 2 rebounds. Pazdernick with 3 rebounds. And then Loden Clark has 4 points and a rebound, and Sam Zima has 4 points and a rebound. Fertile-Beltrami, they're led in scoring by Caden Swenby, 6 first half points and 5 rebounds. 5 points for Derek Sorensen and a board. 4 points for Everett Ballstead and 3 rebounds, and 2 points for Rylan Petrie. Turnover numbers, Fertile-Beltrami has 13. Mahnomen Waubun in double figures as well with 10. From the Mustang Seeds free throw line, the Falcons are 6 of 7 for 85%. Mahnomen Waubun 1 of 2. That's 50%. Those first half stats brought to you by Christian Motors in Fertile. For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile. With one of the best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at ChristianMotors.com. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile. So this is our Farmers Union Insurance Joe and Dave McCullum halftime report as we're broadcasting from our Bid It On Auctions radio booth tonight. Dive into the world of online auctions with Bid It On Auctions at biditon.net. Online auctions for cars, trucks, ag equipment, furniture, and more. The world of online auctions is at your fingertips with Bid It On Auctions at biditon.net or call 218-766-3180. Bid It On Auctions at biditon.net or call 218-766-3180. So we're just about ready for half number 2 and what has been an odd first half of play. Mahnomen Waubun by 3, 20-17. As we said, I think inside the halftime report, both coaches, John Clark Jr. and Neil Steffes, they're probably addressing the turnover numbers. But things we'd like to see in half number 2, obviously for both teams, keep those turnover numbers low, but for Fertile-Beltrami, try not to force too many passes. There were some where they wanted to squeeze it in underneath the baseline, out from the top of the key. Those are tough passes to make. I don't care how good you are or how good of a passer you are. Those are really hard passes to make, especially Mahnomen Waubun. They've got active hands on the inside. And then for the Thunderbirds, their turnover numbers at 10. Trying to get a few more baskets to go. Led in scoring by Tanner Pazdernick and Tyson MacArthur, both with 6 points. Clark on the inside to the aforementioned MacArthur. Can't finish. Pazdernick an offensive rebound. Blocked by Ballstead. Loose ball. Run down. Swenby's got it. Oh, and he fell to the floor. He tried to get it up to Sorensen, and it's saved on the baseline, but out of bounds was Loden Clark. And the basketball will go to Fertile-Beltrami. So it was a good block from Everett Ballstead. Swenby the rebound. And now the Falcons, their first offensive possession, will start with the baseline out of bounds. Swenby to throw it in. Out near the top of the key, quickly. Back to Swenby, baseline, body control, off the back of the rim, no good. Whistle and a foul. Caden Swenby to the Mustang Seats free throw line. The foul on Mahnomen Waubun will be their first of the half. As that one goes on, number 23, Rolando Ellis, his first and the team's first of the half. Swenby, good from the free throw line. This time he gets that one to go. 7 points for Caden Swenby. That one nearly rattled out from the Mustang Seeds free throw line. Mustang Seed is planting your future. Contact your local Mustang Seed sales rep as Swenby gets the second one in, now with 8 points. Lance Winarovich at AgServe Consulting, your local Mustang Seed dealer in Stephen, Minnesota, 218-201-0041. Dennis Ashley has it out by the three-point line. Tanner Pazdernick now on the far side. Back to Dennis Ashley. 17-10. Half number 2. Mahnomen Waubun by 1. 20-19. And a Thunderbird turnover as Ballstead picks it up and lost it out of bounds and a whistle. And the far side official is pointing at Tanner Pazdernick to indicate a foul. And another meeting between our two referees. We've seen this a lot today. The basketball is going to go back to Mahnomen Waubun, so it won't be a Thunderbird turnover. But we've seen that a few times throughout our 4 games today where the officials consult and get together and want to make sure they get the right call. As Loden Clark has it at the top, Pazdernick right corner. Ballstead active hands, tips it out of bounds. 1 minute and 3 seconds into half number 2. Thunderbirds by 1, 20-19. The final game of the day in our Section 8A boys basketball quarterfinal round from Ralph Engelstad Arena. Pazdernick, lob pass in. He wasn't there. Swenby picks it up. Sorensen has it taken away from behind, and he dribbled it off his foot as Dennis Ashley tipped it away. And the basketball now back to Mahnomen Waubun. If Derek Sorensen can hang on to it, he's got a good look at a layup. Potentially could take the lead for Fertile-Beltrami. 16:45 left in half number 2. Thunderbird basketball. Loden Clark at the top of the key for the Thunderbirds. Skips it across. Dennis Ashley, left corner, gets it. Three-pointer is good for Dennis Ashley. Thunderbirds now by 4, 23-19. Rylan Petrie in the backcourt. Back to Swenby. They want to move the basketball around. They break the press. Stuhag into the front, skips it back to Petrie. Inside. Sorensen, left corner. Swenby, free throw line. Stuhag fakes to the inside. Back to Swenby at the right elbow. Ballstead, this is a long 2. Puts it up off the heel of the rim. Sorensen, an offensive rebound. Put back around it. Fell off. It rolled around off every part of the rim. Pazdernick down with a rebound. Here comes Mahnomen Waubun. Dennis Ashley to Loden Clark. A couple of dribbles flying through the air, fading off to his left. Shot no good. Offensive rebound, a whistle and a foul. So Loden Clark couldn't get the first attempt to go. The foul is going to go on Fertile-Beltrami. It'll be the first team foul of the half and the second on Everett Ballstead. And 2 free throws coming for Loden Clark. It's a Thunderbird lead by 4, 23-19. First free throw for Clark on the way. Gets it. 5 points for Clark. Mahnomen Waubun only shot 2 free throws in the first half. They're 1 of 2. As that free throw makes it a 5-point game, 24-19. Clark to make it a 6-point game. He cannot. Rebound in the far corner to Everett Ballstead. And now a Fertile-Beltrami turnover. It was an outlet on the far side. They turned it over. Thunderbirds nearly did right back. It was Petrie on the baseline. Dennis Ashley, three-pointer near side. Ellis no good. Stuhag the rebound. Petrie on the near side brings it into the front court off to Derek Sorensen. Steps back for three, puts it up, puts it in. 8 points for Derek Sorensen. And now it's 24-22. Thunderbirds by 2. In what still has been a wild game as far as uncharacteristic play from both teams. Thunderbirds by 2, 24-22. Near side corner, Dennis Ashley has a three-pointer in this half. Loden Clark at the top of the key. Looks inside, right corner, Ashley, little hesitation, inside MacArthur. Stuhag helps side, Sorensen with the block on the floor, gives it to Stuhag, up to Petrie, 3-on-1, opportunity for Fertile-Beltrami. Swenby finishes as he peeks over his shoulder. 10 points for Caden Swenby, and we're tied up at 24. Ashley to Pasternak in the right corner, rips through with Petrie on him defensively. To Loden Clark on the left wing. Baseline drive, nearly lost it. Steps through a double team, block from behind. MacArthur picks it up off the heel of the rim. Swenby the rebound. Running free is Derek Sorensen. Wide open layup, and he finishes. It's a 2-point Fertile-Beltrami lead, and a timeout down on the floor. Fertile-Beltrami, a 2-point lead. 26-24, 14:28 to go in the second half. Back after this.
81, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Well, welcome back. It's 26-24, Thunderbirds by 2. Rather, Falcons by 2. Welcome back, 26-24, Falcons by 2 on yourliveevent.com. 96.7 FM, KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, Garden Valley, Channel 37. As it's the Falcons by 2, 26-24. Thank you to everybody making our broadcast possible tonight across all platforms. And it's a Thunderbird turnover. Pasternak on the inside, dribbling in, tried to hop step, and it went out of bounds. Falcon basketball, they've taken their first lead of the game, 26-24. Community Co-op's Energy Solution and Lynn For's Insurance Agency scoreboard. Petrie out to Sorensen, wide open underneath again. This time he missed it, out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunderbirds. So they're leaving Derek Sorensen wide open, 94 feet away. And here's a baseline out of bounds. Petrie muscling his way on the inside. And a foul on the Thunderbirds. And the senior, Rylan Petrie, to the Mustang Seeds free throw line for a pair. The foul on Rolando Ellis of Mahnomen Waubun, his second and the team's second. First free throw for Rylan Petrie on the way. Rolls around and off. Just been one of those games. Sam Zimma back in. 2-point Falcon lead, 26-24. 14:08, half number 2. Winner gets Cass Lake Bena on Tuesday in the section semifinal round. Free throws from Petrie, neither of them find the bottom. Ashley, his third rebound. He comes back from right to left as we see it from our Bid It On Auctions radio booth. One dribble into the corner. Sam Zimma. This one from deep. No good. Stuhag corrals the rebound. That's his 8th of the game. He had a big rebounding night versus Winnemac in the second round. Ballstead on the baseline to Petrie. Swenby, extra pass. Sorensen puts it up in the corner. Off the front of the rim. Loden Clark the rebound. That's what we're more used to seeing from Fertile-Beltrami, the extra passing. Good shots for great shots. They just come up empty that time. 13.5 to go. Loden Clark left corner. Stuhag keeping a hand high. Clark doesn't take the three. Skip back across to Sam Zimma and fires it to Dennis Ashley. Looks to Zimma, goes to Clark. Left corner. Stuhag closes out. Clark lost it. Corner. Zima. Three-pointer. Good! Sam Zima with 7, and now it's the Thunderbirds by 1, 27-26. Petrie on the far side. Across to Swenby. A 3-on-2. Corner to Derek Sorensen. Ballstead at the top. Petrie left wing. Stuhag faces up to Swenby. One dribble pull-up from 14 is in. It's a smooth stroke from Caden Swenby. 12 points for him. Now a Falcon lead, 28-27. It was 20-17 at the intermission. Advantage Thunderbirds. Now they've got the basketball, looking to answer back. Inside to Clark, face up, patience. Stuhag made it tough, he missed it. Offensive rebound on the other side and put it in. 7 points and 4 rebounds for Loden Clark. Thunderbirds 29, Falcons 28, 12-20 to go. Petrie at the top of the key. Swenby inside to Stuhag. Out to Petrie. Extra Ballstead. Baseline Sorensen. Skips back to Swenby at the top. Splits the defense. This one from 12. In the middle of the lane. 14 points for Caden Swenby. 30-29. Falcons by 1. 12 minutes exactly remaining in the Section 8A boys basketball quarterfinal round. Zima on the far side to Dennis Ashley. Pazdernik from 18 faces up. Out to Ashley, a little head fake. Back to where it came from. Loden Clark, skip across. Petrie intercepted it. Turnover number 3 of the half. Petrie on the near side. Up to Sorensen, into the corner. Swenby has their last couple of buckets. To Petrie, spinning around. Lost it, might have been blocked. Out to Sorensen. They're going to call a jump ball, and it stays with Fertile-Beltrami. Mahnomen Waubun, 13 turnovers in the game. Austin Bjork is going to come in for the Falcons. He'll give Tyson Stuhag a breather, who has 9 rebounds in the game. That's a game high. He had 11 the other night versus the Winnipeg Patriots in the second round. Sophomore Carter Clark is in as he comes in for Dennis Ashley. Baseline out of bounds for the Falcons. They lead by 1, 30-29. Bjork down the lane line. Back to the inbounder. Swenby up and a foul. 2 free throws coming for the sophomore Caden Swenby, who has 8 points in this second half. Now the student section underneath the hoop getting fired up for Fertile-Beltrami, giving their team some words of encouragement, I guess you could say, cheering them on. Swenby, the free throw is good. 15 points for Caden Swenby. The foul went on Tyson MacArthur. That's his 3rd and the team's 3rd. Second free throw for Swenby is up and good. In a game like this, we always stress how important, any basketball brain would say how important free throws are. In a game like this, free throw is even more important. It's 32-29. There's 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Zima on the drive. Underneath. Clark finishes for 2. Carter Clark, 32-31. Falcons by 1. Petrie. Ballstead at the top. Fakes to the right. Dribbles it to the left. Finds Bjork at the free throw line. Left corner. Sorensen puts it up. Off the front of the rim. Rebound down to MacArthur. For MacArthur, that's his 3rd rebound. Pazdernik a baseline drive, and they're going to get a blocking foul. And 1. The whistle came, the floater went up. Pazdernik finished. He's got 8 points, and the foul on the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons is going to be the 3rd on Derek Sorensen. 33-32 now. Thunderbirds by 1. Pazdernik to make it a 2-point game. He does not. MacArthur tries to run it down, but Bjork gets it away from him. Off to Rylan Petrie into the middle of the floor. Derek Sorensen near side corner. Bjork right elbow, faces up. Swenby from downtown, well too strong, it missed everything. Rebound comes down to Pazdernik. Tries to pass it up the floor, Zima runs it down. Clark on the right wing, baseline drive, pocket pass off the foot of a Falcon and out of bounds. (32-33). Mahnomen Waubun by 1. 10.5 to go in the game. As we said, the winner gets Cass Lake Bena in the semifinal round on Tuesday. Pass out, Loden Clark. This one from way deep off the front, bounced off the back, nearly got it to fall. Austin Bjork throws it away, outletting it near half court. Clark, Pasternak, corner three, no good. Offensive rebound, foul on Everett Ballstead. Austin Bjork got the rebound, threw it out to half court. The foul on Ballstead, his third. And the team's third of the half, and Mahnomen Waubun baseline out of bounds after all that. Zimmer to throw it in. Clark in the right corner. Pasternak at the top, back to Clark. Skip back into the left corner. Zimmer will try a three. Line looks good from up here, but it's in and out. Bjork down with the rebound, squeezes it this time and gives it off to Caden Swenby. 10 minutes exactly remaining in the game. Petrie on the baseline, back to Bjork. Ballstead from straight away. In and out. Bjork a big rebound. He's wide open underneath. He threw it away again. Another turnover on the Falcons. Pasternak runs into Ballstead. The official on the baseline shakes his head, and Pasternak finishes. 10 points for Tanner Pasternak, and the Thunderbirds lead by 3, 35-32. Left corner Petrie. This one for the tie. Off the front of the rim. Clark the rebound. 9:20 remaining in the game. Mahnomen Waubun by 3. Community Co-op's Energy Solutions and Lynn Forest Insurance Agency scoreboard. Sam Zimmer to Clark. About 8 feet behind the three-point line. Into the right corner, thrown away. And now the Falcons turn it over themselves. An ill-advised outlet pass after the turnover from Fertile-Beltrami. 8:55 to go in the game. Into the left corner, Carter Clark, baseline drive, puts it up, ball is loose, a hack underneath, it's gonna go on the Falcons. We'll get the official call as we were in a crowd down there. It's gonna go on Ballstead. So for Ballstead, that's his fourth. That's a big foul. Tyson Stuag is gonna come into the game. And Coach Neil Steff is telling him to be smart the rest of the way. Stuag's going to come in for Austin Bjork. Free throw is good. It was Tyson MacArthur getting the free throw. He's got 7. Mahnomen Waubun 2 of 4 in the second half from the line. 36-32. Thunderbirds by 4. A second free throw coming for MacArthur to try and make it a 5-point game. Gets it to go. It hit the front of the rim and fell in. 37-32. Mahnomen Waubun now by 5. Falcon basketball. Everett Ballstead playing with 4 fouls with 8:45 remaining. Swenby to Ballstead. Back to Swenby. They play catch. Right corner Petrie. Over the top Swenby at the right elbow. Out to Ballstead. Zips it underneath the Petrie. Came out of his shot. And they finished. Good heads-up play from Ballstead to find Petrie. The pass was online that time. The Thunderbirds still lead by 3, 37-34, 8:20 remaining. Pasternak off to Loden Clark, left corner. Dennis Ashley from deep, off the heel, bounces around, and Ballstead flies in for the rebound. That extra bounce off the front of the rim allowed Ballstead to get the positioning for his 5th rebound of the night. Falcons can tie the game on this possession. Sorensen in trouble in the right corner, bounces it back to Caden Swenby at the free throw line. To Ballstead, left wing, fell over, and a foul. Rather a travel, I beg your pardon. Everett Ballstead slipped on the left wing. And Coach Neil Steff is arguing after he fell, he didn't move. He just fell on his backside and then tried to find an open teammate, but they call it travel either way. That's their 6th turnover of the half, 19th of the game, 7:45 to play. Thunderbirds by 3, 37-34. Ashley in the right corner, skips it to Pasternak. Inside. Pass goes down, kick back out to Clark. Pass went inside to Burnett, who's into the game. 7.5 to go. 37-34, Thunderbirds lead. Pasternak out near the Ralph Fingelstedt Arena logo. At half court, now it's Clark on the inside, puts it up from 12, rolls around on the rim, still up, a rebound, Burnett, up, nothing, Stuag tries to get it, he's gonna fall on the floor, a good old-fashioned scrum, and it stays with Mahnomen Waubun. Thunderbird basketball. Baseline out of bounds upcoming. Pazdernik will throw it in. 7:12 to go in the game. Pazdernik will throw it in on the right side of the lane. Out to the top to Dennis Ashley. Gets by Caden Swenby. Tried to reach in, not there. Out to Pazdernik. Puts it up. Puts it in. Pazdernik, that's a big three. Thunderbirds now by 6. 7 minutes to go. 40-34. Everett Ballstead to Petrie. Finished. From out top, inside to Petrie, 40-36. It'll be a full timeout from Neil Steffes and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. A Foston A&W timeout. Back after this short break in about a minute.
All season is a perfect time to visit Pinehurst Resort on beautiful North and South Twin Lakes near Nadawash. Rent a cabin for the weekend. Take in the beautiful fall colors. Experience excellent fall fishing on North or South Twin Lakes. And of course, the friendly faces and the delicious food at the lodge. Call today, 218-935-5745. Pinehurst Resort, located on beautiful North and South Twin Lakes near Nadawash.
Racing action is back this summer at Red River Valley Speedway and Norman County Raceway, featuring IMCA modified, sprint cars, stock cars, sport mods, hobby stocks, legends, and more all summer long. Family friendly and affordable racing. Stay tuned to ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com for more information. Racing Thursday and Friday nights returns this summer to Norman County Raceway and Red River Valley Speedway.
40-36, Community Co-op's Energy Solutions and Lynn Forest Insurance Agency scoreboard. Thunderbird basketball, as Loden Clark will bring it from right to left as we see it from our Bidded On Auctions radio booth. Clark across the timeline. Between the legs dribble, Ryland Petrie applies a little pressure. John Clark Jr. going head tap. That's a high ball screen. Clark down the lane into Stuhag, and they're going to get a whistle on Tyson Stuhag. And Loden Clark will go to the Mustang Seeds free throw line. They put Tyson Stuhag out on an island defensively. He has to come out and help on Clark. Clark, the free throw on the way, is short. The foul on Stuhag is first, the team's fifth. 6:34 remaining. Mahnomen Waubun with a 4-point lead. Clark trying to make it a 5-point game, and he does. 8 points for Loden Clark. Mahnomen Waubun, 4 of 7 in the half from the free throw line. 5 of 8 for the game. This is Swenby from 13. That's good. Caden Swenby's come alive in the second half with 18 points. Cuts it to 3, 41-38. Fertile-Beltrami switching up their defense now, sitting in a man-to-man. Loden Clark with Ryland Petrie on him. Over to Zima. Right wing Dennis Ashley. Swenby gives him some trouble. Handoff Clark, and a moving screen is going to be called away from the basketball on Mahnomen Waubun. The foul on Dennis Ashley. That's going to be his second and the team's fourth of the second half. Ballstead has to be aware. He lost it. It's turned over. Now he's on the floor. He's holding his nose. The finish for Loden Clark with 10. It's turnover number 7 from Fertile-Beltrami, their 20th of the game, and an official timeout as Ballstead will either have to come out or the official asking him if he's okay. And he is going to have to come out. Caden Olson will come into the game. A heads-up play from Dennis Ashley to swipe it away from Everett Ballstead. And 5:56 remaining. The senior Ballstead will take a seat. Caden Olson in, and now some full-court pressure on for Mahnomen Waubun. Swenby, 94 feet away, near side to Ryland Petrie. Across the floor to Derek Sorensen. Left corner, Caden Olson. Dribbles it around up to the top of the key. Fakes it, finds Stuhag, left elbow. Back to Olson. Puts one up, a 3 in the left corner, not close. And we're going to get a foul underneath on the rebound. Who's that going to go on? It's actually going to be a foul on the shooter, and Caden Olson's going to get 3 free throws. The foul on Mahnomen Waubun on Loden Clark is going to be his third and the team's 5th. Olsen, the first free throw, good. Potentially the biggest free throws of the night to try and cut it back to a 2-point game. Ballstead will come in on the next whistle. Free throw good again for Caden Olsen. He's going to come in for the shooter, Ballstead will. Fertile-Beltrami 6 of 8 from the Mustang Seeds free throw line in the second half. Caden Olsen, can he go? 3 of 3. It rolls off. The second one hit off the back, died on the front, and then rolled off the front. MacArthur the rebound. 43-40. Mahnomen Waubun advantage, 5.5 to go. Dennis Ashley left wing, Fertile-Beltrami trying to get a stop and score. It was 20-17 at the break. Loden Clark uses a ball screen. Petrie has to get back. He does. Tyson Stuhag goes back on his man. They're going to go head tap again, a high ball screen. Clark rejects it, goes at Stuhag again, makes it difficult, and the rebound to Ryland Petrie. Outlet to Caden Swenby on the break, finishes for 2. 43-42, Mahnomen Waubun by 1, 5 minutes to go. Zima behind his back, Sorensen on the floor. They've got to recover. Pazdernik hangs on to the orange with 4:50 remaining. Sorensen stays with him, fell over again. Swenby helped, and back to Dennis Ashley. Loden Clark has the basketball. Inside, now he pulls it all the way back out. 4:35 to go in the game. Mahnomen Waubun by 1, 43-42. Zima uses a ball screen. Pocket pass to MacArthur. Goes at Sorensen, and they're going to get Sorensen for a foul. Fertile-Beltrami fans wondering what Derek Sorensen is supposed to do, as that's going to be his 4th. The 6th on the team, and MacArthur at the line for 2. It looked like he was standing there straight up, but went into the body. That's where they call it. MacArthur, the first free throw, no good. In and out. Everett Ballstead back into the game. Caden Olsen comes off, so keep in mind Everett Ballstead and Derek Sorensen, they're both playing with 4 fouls. Derek Sorensen standing way in the front court trying to get advantage for the Falcons. Second free throw, though, is good for MacArthur with 9. Mahnomen Waubun 5 of 9 from the line. 44-42. Ballstead, offensive foul. Ballstead finished. Neil Steffes is hot. Thunderbirds by 2. Doesn't like the call. It's just been one of those games. (44-42). Ballstead's night comes to an end with 4 points and 5 rebounds. He'll have to sit on the bench and watch his team try and scratch their way back into the game. Loden Clark to Dennis Ashley, left wing. Fakes to the right on a jab. Loden Clark has it left corner, uses a ball screen. Pick and pop, he'll skip it back to Dennis Ashley into the right corner. Swenby swipes at it unsuccessfully. Ashley downhill, inside the painted area, back to Zima. Touches it to Pazdernik at the top, 3:55 to go. Pazdernik, hesitation. Sorensen stays straight up. Stuhag blocked him. Pazdernik picked it up again. Puts it back up. Not there. MacArthur a rebound. Stuhag falls on his backside. And we're going to get, is it a foul or a, it will be a foul. They're going to call it on Mahnomen Waubun. I believe, yes. Is it the team's 7th? No, it's their 6th. The foul goes on Pazdernik. And it's Falcon basketball. They can tie or take the lead. 3:40 remaining. Pass to the middle of the floor to Ryland Petrie. Back across the timeline. 3:35 to go. Left corner, Caden Olsen. Free throw line. Petrie inside. Tie game. 8 points for Ryland Petrie. 44 all. 3:20 to go. Head tap up top. Clark over to his bench. And a timeout, Mahnomen Waubun. 3:18 remaining, tied at 44. It hasn't been pretty, but it's a tight one inside Ralph Fingelstedt Arena in Thief River Falls. Back after this.
The Rough Grouse Roadhouse is located just east of Island Lake, across from Mershman's Taxidermy. The Roadhouse invites you to stop in before or after the game to eat or just come in and socialize with family and friends. They also have weekly food specials. Just go to their Facebook page and see what their special of the day is, or call 668-2111. Supporting the area students in the classroom as well as in all their extracurricular activities. The Rough Grouse Roadhouse, 5 miles south of Langby on County Road 4.
We are tied up at 44 after a basket by Ryland Petrie on the inside. We're broadcasting tonight on KKCQ, KRJM, Garden Valley Channel 37, and yourliveevent.com. Thanks for joining us. Loden Clark. MacArthur goes at Stuhag inside the restricted circle. He missed it. Offensive rebound, though, to Zima, and an extra possession for Mahnomen. Waubun, and they got the Thunderbirds for a travel. A big turnover on the Thunderbirds. Basketball back to the Falcons. 3:10 remaining. Falcons now from left to right. Ashley up on Caden Swenby, brings it into the front court. Left wing, Caden Olsen. Oh, it bounced off the official. That was going to go out of bounds. The official on the far side gave the Falcons a break. Tried to get out of their way. Swenby carving up the inside, puts it up and in. 22 points for Caden Swenby. The sophomore makes it a 2-point game. 46-44, 2:40 to go in the game inside Ralph Finkelstead Arena in Thief River Falls. Loden Clark downhill, out to Zima for the lead. Well short, Stuhag the rebound, and it goes out of bounds, and it stays with the Falcons. 2:32 remaining. Falcons by 2, 46-44. Everett Ballstead is fouled out of the game. Derek Sorensen is also playing with 4. Falcons got to get it out from under their own hoop. Off to Ryland Petrie. Lobs it up to Sorensen down floor. Deep in the corner. Back to Swenby from the right elbow. That's good. Caden Swenby, have yourself a second half. 6 points in the first, 24 for the game. And the Falcons lead by 4, 48-44. Loden Clark at the top trying to find some space. Pulls it back. Left corner. Zima will try one from deep. Off the heel. Dennis Ashley goes for the rebound. Everybody hit the deck. Big time players make big time plays, and that's one of them there. It was Sorensen getting it. A jump ball. Back to the Falcons. 1:56 to go. Fertile-Beltrami by 4. 48-44. Swenby into Sorensen. It's tipped and out of bounds. One more foul on Mahnomen Waubun, and Fertile-Beltrami will be in the bonus. The Thunderbirds already in the penalty. And there it is. It's a foul on Dennis Ashley. That's his third. The team's 7th of the half. 1-1 coming for the Class A state golf champion Ryland Petrie. In a big spot here. $1:55 to go in the game. Falcons by 4. 48-44. Everybody silent. Free throw on the way is good. He'll get a second. 9 points for Ryland Petrie. We said that was the third foul on Dennis Ashley. Both teams in the penalty for the remainder of the game. Petrie, 2 dribbles, spins it in his left, bends his knees, free throw is in. Ryland Petrie now in double figures with 10 points, 1:50 remaining, 6-point Falcon lead, 50-44. Sam Zima on the right wing, at the top of the key. They look inside and it's turned over by the Thunderbirds. Turned over, Caden Swenby picks it up. Derek Sorensen on the near side with 1:35 left. To Swenby, and a foul. Swenby to the line for 2. The sophomore. They got him on the arm, and the foul. It's on Loden Clark, his 4th, the team's 8th. 1-1 for Caden Swenby. He's been good here in the second half, and he continues. 51-44. 20-17 was the score after the first 18 minutes of the game. Swenby misses the second free throw. He's got 25 points in the game. 19 of those in the second half. Under 90 seconds. Turned over. Swenby picks it up. The other way. Up and a layup is good. 27 points for Caden Swenby. 53-44. Pasternak to Ashley, left corner three, no good, rebound underneath, Zima puts it back up, Stuhawk trying to get it, he doesn't, Pasternak fighting with Swenby, somebody stepped on the baseline, it was Tanner Pasternak, basketball back to Fertile-Beltrami. The 9th turnover of the half for Mahnomen Waubun. Senior Will Starkey comes back into the game for the Thunderbirds. Tyson MacArthur will take a seat. Swenby bounces it in, nearly turned it over. Sam Zima trying to get by Ryland Petrie. Falcons will inbound on the baseline again. Sorensen far side, Zima the foul. 60 seconds remaining. The foul on Sam Zima. Only his first, but the team's 9th. Derek Sorensen at the line. Getting a slap on the back from senior Tyson Stuhawk. Sorensen with 10 points. A free throw can make it a 10-point game. It's 53-44. The free throw is short. Rebound. Ryland Petrie tries to run it down. A collision. Ball is still free. It's the Thunderbirds picking it up. Dennis Ashley into the front court. Loden Clark for three. Keeping the game alive. 13 points for Clark. It's 53-47. 48.7 seconds remaining. We're going to take it with them. Back in 30.
The seed specialists, they're the guys at Select Ag on Highway 59 in Mahnomen. Contact Mitch or Tyler today, 218-936-4026. Select Ag is a Pioneer seed dealer. They carry corn, sunflower, alfalfa. They have Extend and Liberty Link brand soybeans, and they deliver. And Select Ag offers crop protection as well. Contact Select Ag today, 218-936-4026. Mitch and Tyler, your seed specialists at Select Ag of Mahnomen.
48 seconds to go in the game. Loden Clark just made a big three to cut it to a 6-point deficit, 53-47. At this point, another foul on Mahnomen Waubun will put Fertile-Beltrami in the double bonus. So if you're the Falcons, obviously make your free throws, but hold on to the basketball here. They had 13 turnovers in the first half, 7 here in the second. And they got to get it in on the baseline. They get it to Ryland Petrie. 45 seconds to go. Far side corner to Caden Olsen. Back to Derek Sorensen. Zima's going to foul. Probably the right person fouling, as that's only the second on Sam Zima. The team's 10th, Derek Sorensen, can make it an 8-point game with 2 made free throws. He's got 10 points on the night. First free throw on the way is good. $11 points for Sorensen. Tyson MacArthur back in for Mahnomen Waubun. A second free throw for Sorensen is in. 12 points for the sophomore, Derek Sorensen. They're 9 of 14 in the half from the line. 40 seconds to go. Zima at the top. It's an 8-point game. Now 35. A lot of time running off. Loden Clark gets a ball screen, trying to find space. Did he walk with it? No, but it was turned over anyway. Falcon basketball. 25 seconds left. Another foul on Zima. And Caden Swenby, who has been the catalyst of this second half, will get 2 more at the line. The sophomore has 27 points. First free throw is up and good. Now 28 points for Swenby. Houston short into the game for Mahnomen Waubun. Second free throw for Swenby is good. Caden Swenby with 29. Inbounds to Pazdernik. 20 seconds remaining. Pazdernik goes at Sorensen. Offensive foul! The foul on Tanner Pazdernik. His second. And now Coach John Clark Jr. gets Starkey, Little Wolf, Bo Hoban, and Nigani Burnett off the bench. As it is some new faces onto the floor with 19 seconds remaining. Petrie into Sorensen. Back into the front court. He lost it, picked it up. Caden Swenby far side. 10 seconds remaining. And Fertile-Beltrami will advance to the Section 8A boys basketball semifinals. The Final Four for the 5th year in a row for Fertile-Beltrami. By no means was it a pretty game, but all that matters is that your number is higher than your opponent's. Falcons by 10, 57-47. That's your final score on the Lynn Forest Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. We're going to take a break, as we will jump into our Irie Insurance post-game report tonight on 96.7 FM KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM KRJM, YourLiveEvent.com, and Garden Valley Channel 37.
Steer Builders of Holly is a residential construction company specializing in framing and new single-family homes. Jared and the team at Steer Builders will work with you on the home you're building or post-frame buildings like shops, barns, garages, and more. Steer Builders is also hiring framers. Must be 18 and experience is not required but a plus. Contact Steer Builders at 701-261-7798 for any questions regarding hiring, homes, or new post-frame buildings. Steer Builders of Holly, 701-261-7798. As you view your lawn and yard, Todd's Landscaping takes your ideas to bring out the beauty of your home. Pavers, walkways, brick, rock, landscaping, lighting, flowers, patios, decks, yard water fountains, and irrigation. The ideas are your ideas. Call Todd's Landscaping to discuss your options and let them bring landscaping beauty to your home. Todd's Landscaping, 218-945-6000.
Premium Ag Solutions, Hitterdall, Minnesota.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
This is Bruce Visser from Visser Grading. Visser Grading is proud to be blading and grading the roads in Strand and McDonaldsville townships. We at Visser Grading would like to wish the best of luck to the Ada Borup West Cougars. Thanks for allowing us to serve you, and we hope to for many years to come. Good luck to the Ada Borup West Cougars from myself and everyone at Visser Grading, a proud sponsor of this broadcast. When you have a project that requires rock, gravel, crushed asphalt, or crushed concrete, or you need some trenching work done, call Visser Trenching of Ada. They'll move the dirt, they'll haul the rock, they'll take care of you. They do a great job. Call Visser Trenching Ada, 784-4381. Good luck, teams, from everyone at Visser Trenching.
And we're also back on yourliveevent.com and on Garden Valley Channel 37, and sort of just giving you a game recap in our post-game report. Fertile-Beltrami comes out on top. Final score 57-47, a 10-point victory for the Falcons. They move on to the section semifinal round to take on the top-seeded Cass Lake Bena Panthers. And what a game that was. This is our Ivory Insurance post-game report. And so, just a recap of that game. It was try to be not frank with it, but it was an ugly first half. And there were a lot of turnovers. There was 13 for Fertile-Beltrami, 10 for Mahnomen Waubun. A lot of ill-advised turnovers in that half, a lot of unforced turnovers, and it's difficult to say what a half it was. It was definitely interesting for sure, but Fertile-Beltrami comes out on top. They win by 10, 57-47. But the second half action, much better. Still things to clean up, I'm sure both coaches would be saying. It is Fertile-Beltrami moving on to the semifinal round, though. And it was Caden Swenby having a really big second half for the Falcons. He ended with 29 points in that second half. That's 23 points in the second half alone. And the key catalyst in the scoring column for Fertile-Beltrami, an absolutely just wild game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls as well. We'll get to those numbers here in a second. And also some free throws. It came down to some free throws for Fertile-Beltrami at the end. But they end up coming away with the victory by 10, 57-47. I don't know how well of a recap that was because it was a game that was just sort of all over the place, I think it was. But we'll see if we can get some coaches' comments from Neil Steffes and the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons and John Clark Jr. for Mahnomen Waubun as we're broadcasting up here in the press box inside Ralph Engelstad Arena here in Thief River Falls. It's the Falcons by 10, 57-47. We'll take a break, come back with some segments like our sub of the game, stars of the game, player of the game, and also our play of the game here on 96.7 FM, KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM, KRJM, yourliveevent.com, Garden Valley Channel 37, and we've been streaming online at rjbroadcasting.com.
Parents of the students at the Waubun-Ogama Whiter School District, keeping up with what you need to know is easy. So log on to waubun.k12.mn.us and find out what is happening at the schools. Plus view valuable resources directed towards you at the left-hand side of the homepage. And listen to the Waubun-Ogama Whiter School News Thursday mornings at 9:05 a.m. on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM.
West Main Pizza, 784-3700. Specialty Pizza, calzones, signature pizza, famous cheese squares, breads, salads, wraps, 8-inch subs, paninis, pasta, traditional chicken, chicken wings, nachos, tacos, specialty treats, appetizers, sweet treats too. Dine in, carry out, curbside. West Main Pizza, 784-3700. More than just pizza.
Winter storms can create broken tree limbs and power outages. They can also create a dangerous landscape. Ice-coated power lines can continue to carry electricity whether they're sagging or on the ground. If you see low-hanging or down power lines, assume they are energized and deadly. Stay far away from them, keep others away from them, and report the location. This message from Wild Rice Electric Cooperative. We care about you and your safety.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We will be holding our Hillsboro Operator Clinic Monday, March 21st. To register, visit planterdoc.com. This clinic will provide the opportunity to brush up on monitor setup and operation of precision planting systems. RDK Enterprises Operator Clinic, Monday, March 21st at our Hillsboro store. We look forward to visiting with you. To see the agenda and register for this event, visit planterdoc.com.
KKCQ 96.7 FM back on your live event.com. Fertile-Beltrami but wins by 10, 57-47. That's your final score on the Lynn Forest Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. As we start with some post-game segments, we will start with our sub of the game, brought to you by JT Station in Fertile. As our sub of the game tonight, we're going to go on the side of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, 2 points and a rebound, and a couple of big free throws in that second half. He got fouled on a three-pointer, and it gave Fertile-Beltrami the lead late in the second half. He made 2 of 3 free throws. Caden Olson is our JT Station sub of the game tonight. 2 points and a rebound. Those 2 points coming on some free throws that gave his team a lead in that second half, late in that second half, as Caden Olson is our JT Station sub of the game here tonight. Locally owned and operated, or actually, I beg your pardon, our JT Station and Subway in Ada sub of the game tonight. Locally owned and operated, JT Station in Fertile sells hot stuff foods, frozen foods, selected groceries, household products, and much more. Their hot stuff foods and deli will provide you with a fresh, quick, and easy breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And they also offer some of the best car services in town. Open 6 a.m. until 9:30 p.m. daily. JT Station in Fertile, as we give away our JT Station in Fertile and Subway in Ada super sub of the game, Caden Olson for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Again, our sub of the game brought to you by Subway in Ada and JT Station in Fertile, as our sub of the game is Caden Olson for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Stars of the game tonight, brought to you by Pinehurst Resort and the Foston Chiropractic Clinic. A 10-point victory for the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, 57-47. That was the final score. Lynn Forest Insurance Agency and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard here on KRJM, KKCQ, Garden Valley 37, and yourliveevent.com. Stars of the game tonight, as we run down our list between these two teams. Loden Clark certainly had a nice game, 13 points and 6 rebounds. The exact same stat line for Tanner Pazdernick for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, as those will be our first 2 stars of the game. 2 seniors for this Thunderbird group, a very senior-heavy group, senior-dominated team. So Loden Clark and Tanner Pazdernick are our first 2 stars of the game, 13 points and 6 rebounds apiece for both of them. We'll have 2 other stars of the game tonight. On the side of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, 12 points and 2 rebounds for Derek Sorensen, and then 10 points and a rebound for Rylan Petrie for Fertile-Beltrami. Again, it was a game that was unlike any other, just a wild game, sloppy in the first half, but both teams getting it together a little bit better in half number 2, but it was the Falcons eventually coming out on top by 10 points, 57-47. That was the final score. Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard, and the scoreboard being brought to you by the Lynn Forest Insurance Agency. Falcons by 10, 57-47. Stars of the game, Derek Sorensen, Rylan Petrie, and Loden Clark, and Tanner Pazdernick for Mahnomen Waubun. So quickly looking ahead at the brackets here in the Section 8A boys basketball tournament, Cass Lake Bena beat Foston in the third quarterfinal game of the day, 64-37. Panthers beating the Greyhounds, and then of course they get the winner of this game, the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. So our semifinals are set in the Section 8A boys basketball tournament. Cass Lake Bena will take on Fertile-Beltrami at 7:45 next Tuesday, and then Sacred Heart on the west side will battle the Northern Freeze also on Tuesday. That game will be played at 6 o'clock. We'll take a break here as we gave you our sub of the game. We'll sub of the game and stars of the game, and then we'll end with our Enbridge Energy player of the game and also our RDK Enterprises. No, just our player of the game. We'll end with our player of the game here tonight. 57-47, Fertile-Beltrami by 10 here on KKCQ, KRJM, Garden Valley Channel 37, and yourliveevent.com.
Winter is a planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead, wish all the area teams the best of luck. Cleveguard Apartments, with locations and apartment complexes in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. Also with self-storage and commercial rental space in Ada. Cleveguard Apartments. Call Mark at 701-866-7794. Best of luck to all the area teams from Mark and Geraldine at Cleveguard Apartments, with locations in Ada, Fargo, and Halstead. 701-866-7794.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground applications, crop protection products, and more. AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact AgriMax at their location in Fisher, Minnesota today at 218-891-2211 or visit them online at agrimaxllc.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving the lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots, American Crystal Sugar Company. Welcome to a caring community of older adults living safely in company with others. Welcome to Benedictine Living Community Ada, with the commitment to senior living you've come to expect from Benedictine. As a member of the Benedictine organization, Benedictine Living Community Ada can offer personalized care to your loved ones while relying on the support and expertise of a larger network of professionals. We are proud of our community and we are proud to serve you. We are Benedictine. Learn more at benedictineliving.org/together.
Bitker Inc. reminds area farmers, please order your ag tubes and tires for spring. Ag tires and ag tube supply is tight and it's getting tighter. If you're not sure on how many tires or ag tubes you need, call Troy, the tire guy, and give him a heads up for sizes. He'll work with you to have these available for spring. Don't wait any longer. Call Troy at Bitker Inc. 218-456-7467. And during National Ag Month, Bitker Inc. thanks the area farms and farm families for working to grow the food for all of us, and thanks for your business from Bitker Inc.
Pregame Super Value of Mahnomen is your hometown grocery store, proudly serving Mahnomen and the surrounding communities. Featuring weekly specials, a well-stocked meat department, fresh baked items from the bakery, and a great selection of fresh produce. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can check them out online at BrueggemannSuperValue.com. Pregame Super Value. They are proud to be your hometown grocery store, proudly serving Mahnomen and the surrounding communities. It's Pregame Super Value.
Hey folks, I'm Jimmy Don Holmes from Waco, Texas. This is my oldest son, Jake. I met the Christian family recently in Waco, and they just seem like really good people, and that's the kind of people you want to buy a car or truck from. Sometimes when you're buying a vehicle, you feel a little bit of anxiety. You won't feel that here. This place it's got a good feel, and the folks are good, and I like that. In our shop, I'm big on quality and customer service. You're going to get the quality when you buy a Chevrolet vehicle, and you're going to get the customer service when you deal with the Christian family here at Christian Motors.
Post-game interview with Coach Neil Steffes of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. I'm Leaf Bakken, and Coach, congratulations on the win. You've got a tough task ahead of you now against Cass Lake Bena.
Yeah, they're good. They got some good players, but I also think that we're pretty good too, and I think we match up pretty well. They've got a couple really good guards, but I think we've got some really good guards as well, and they got the big Fairbanks inside. He's tough to handle, and we'll see, but we have to do things a little bit better. We have to value the basketball a little bit more than we did tonight, and they put a lot of pressure on you, and we're going to have to make sure that we don't turn the ball over and give them a lot of easy ones on layups off of turnovers turnovers and so forth.
Talk a little bit about this one against Mahnomen Waubun, where, let's be honest about it, the first half was ugly for both sides of the teams, and then what'd you have to say at halftime to kind of get the guys fired up and come out here in the second half?
Yeah, the first half was brutal. I told the kids at half it was the worst half of basketball.
Community Co-op, Energy.
I think at one point we had 4 points and there was 12 minutes gone in the half, and we averaged almost 80 points a game. So I don't know if it was nerves or whatever. And I did say on the bench the only good thing is they weren't scoring any either. I think it was 16-4 at one point, and then we made a little run and we got it to 3. And at halftime we just told them, they said, we played this poorly, yet it's a 3-point game, and we just told them you got to just keep fighting and you got to keep battling, and you got to pick up the intensity, and we just said forget about that half. It's over with. There's nothing we can do. Now let's go out and play basketball like we know how to do.
Section playoffs are a new season to a lot of folks, and so it's tough each step of the way, and it's just time to put the whole complete basketball game together and move ahead.
Yeah, it's a different thing every day, but I think we're good enough where we can win the section, but also there's good teams. I mean, you got Cass Lake, who's really, really good, and Sacred Heart on the other side, who's really good. So it's going to be a battle, and like I said, hopefully we play a little bit better than we did tonight. And now the nerves and everything else are out, and we can move on, and hopefully we can get a win on Tuesday.
Coach Neil Steffes of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons with the win over Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. Hey, congratulations and good luck on the next one.
All right, thanks a lot, man.
And big thanks to Leif Bakken for running down and talking with the head coach of the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, Neil Steffes, in our Barrick Family Farm post-game coaches interviews here this evening, as you heard Coach Steffes commenting on how that game went, and then they'll get Cass Lake Bena on Tuesday as our post-game coaches' comments are being brought to you by Barrick Family Farms. Moving into another conversation with John Clark Jr. of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, talking in our, again, Barrick Family Farm post-game coaches interviews. Fertile-Beltrami by 10 over the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. Here is Leif Bakken again with John Clark Jr. of the Thunderbirds.
Post-game comments from Coach John Clark Jr. for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. I'm Leif Bakken, and Coach, hard-fought battle out there against the Falcons, and talk a little bit about, your guys' last game and trying to leave it all on the floor.
Well, they did, and the hardest part is the sting from it being over. It's not a loss. It's the end of careers for some seniors, and very special seniors, kids that have put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice in, and I told them after the game they don't know how much they mean to me. They don't know how much the coaches appreciate them, and it's bitter right now because of the finality of it all. We didn't play very. Neither team played very well, and they hit some shots at the end, and we shot the ball poorly. We had some mistakes on defense, and that was the game.
Talk a little bit, even though we all kind of agreed that it wasn't a great game, a little bit ugly at points, but talk about some of the gemstones in this one. Again, some of your seniors doing a good job and doing their job.
Yeah, the gemstone in this one is just the overall experience with these seniors. I mean, watching them grow into young men and the experiences we've had together, and not only just in games but in practice, in road trips in the summer and restaurants and lakes that we ended up at. That's the gem in this, and it's tough when you don't play your up to your ability and you lose. That really cuts. Sometimes you hope that your best just isn't good enough, but it wasn't our best tonight, and that's. We have to give Fertile credit. They forced us into all of that. They ramped up their defense and played exceptionally well on defense and really took us out of anything we were trying to do and got us totally out of whack. And that's a credit to their kids and their defense. And like I said, they hit some shots and we didn't. So the gem is the kids. I think it's obvious how highly I think of them.
Last thing for your coach is what's in the off season for the Thunderbirds, and what do you do as a coach and tell your players to do?
Well, we still have to say goodbye to the seniors with the end of the year banquet, but it's a year-round sport right now. You have to be in the gym shooting, and our shooting percentage tonight was awful, and you got to make yourself a really good shooter if you want to be successful. So it's time in the gym, and it's up to those kids to do that. But we're not looking forward to next year yet. This one stings, and it's probably not going to sink in for a while, and it's really going to sting. So just so sorry for those seniors and so appreciative of them. We wish them the best, and I know the sun will come up tomorrow, but it's going to be pretty gloomy.
Coach John Clark Jr. for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds. Hey, Coach, congratulations on the good season.
Thank you.
And that was the head coach of the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, John Clark Jr., talking with our Leaf Bakken, and our post-game coaches interviews brought to you by Barrick Family Farms. And you can sort of hear in Coach John Clark Jr.'s voice and how the season has come to an end after a hard-fought battle versus the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, and wanting to send off his seniors in the best way possible, and certainly a tough game, but the Thunderbirds come out on the losing end, 57-47 against the Fertile-Beltrami Falcons. Moving on in our Ivory Insurance post-game report tonight, we will wrap up with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and then some final stats before we send you on your way for the remainder of your weekend. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game had 29 points in the contest, 23 in the second half. Caden Swenby of Fertile-Beltrami, 29 points, 7 rebounds. You are our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Caden Swenby, 29 points, 7 rebounds. Our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here tonight. Final stats this evening brought to you by Christian Motors in Fertile, starting with Fertile-Beltrami. Caden Swenby, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 12 points and 2 rebounds for Derek Sorensen. Rylan Petrie had 10 points and a rebound. 4 points and 5 rebounds for Everett Ballstead. Caden Olsen had 2 points and a rebound. And then Tyson Stuhawk had a big night on the boards, cleaning up the glass with 10 rebounds. That's a game high. Didn't score, but again, 10 rebounds. Austin Bjork, 4 rebounds in tonight's game. For Mahnomen Waubun, they were led in scoring by Tanner Pazdernick and Loden Clark. They both had 13 points and 6 rebounds. Tyson MacArthur had 9 points and 4 rebounds. 7 points and 2 rebounds for Sam Zimma. 3 points and 3 rebounds for Dennis Ashley, and then 2 points for Carter Clark. Rounding out the scoring for the Mahnomen Waubun Thunderbirds, and then a rebound for Will Starkey, and also Nigani Burnett and Rolando Ellis with 1 rebound tonight too. 20 turnovers for both teams, for both the Falcons and the Thunderbirds. For Fertile-Beltrami, the Falcons from the free throw line, 6 of 7 for 85% in the first half, 11 of 16 for 68% in the second half, 17 of 23, that's 73% for the game. Mahnomen Waubun from the line, 1 of 2 for 50 in the first, 5 of 9 for 55% in the second, 6 of 11 for 54% for the game. Those final stats brought to you by Christian Motors in Fertile. For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer in Fertile, with one of the best selections around and the most competitive prices. It's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile. Final score tonight, Fertile-Beltrami 57, Mahnomen Waubun 47. That's the final on the Linfors Insurance Agency scoreboard and Community Co-op's Energy Solutions scoreboard. Looking ahead to the semifinal round of the Section 8A boys basketball tournament, Cass Lake being the top seed will get the number 2 seed, Fertile-Beltrami Falcons, next Tuesday at 7:45. And then Sacred Heart will get the Northern Freeze, the Eagles the 1, the Northern Freeze the number 3 seed, and that game will be the first game. That is the 6 o'clock game, both games back here at Ralph Fingelstedt Arena here in Thief River Falls. Wrapping up tonight, big thank you to Leif Bakken, our executive producer on YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you again for going down and talking with our coaches in our Barrick Family Farm post-game coaches interviews. I'm Dawson Peterson. Thanks for tuning in tonight as we're signing off on 96.7 FM KKCQ, Gold 101.5 FM KRJM. We're on YourLiveEvent.com, and we were also on Garden Valley, channel number 37. So long, everybody. Have a great weekend.